Responsibilities of shippers and air carriers. In terms of hazardous material transportation, shipper and carrier responsibilities go hand in hand. Air carriers do not open hazardous materials packages or test their contents. Instead, they rely on the shipper for effective compliance with the Hazardous Materials Regulations based on proper package markings and correct material descriptions on the shipping papers. Let us first understand the responsibilities of hazardous material shippers in terms of air transportation. For transportation of hazardous materials by aircraft, shippers have the following responsibilities. Shippers must classify the material and determine whether it is regulated as a hazardous material for the purpose of air transportation. If regulated as a hazardous material, shippers must determine the quantities that are authorized for transportation by aircraft. Shippers must properly describe the material on the shipping paper and provide 2 copies of the document to the carrier. The hazards of the material must be communicated through appropriate marking, labeling, and placarding as specified by the Hazardous Materials Regulations. Shippers must also affix the Cargo Aircraft Only label on hazardous material packages permitted only on a cargo aircraft but not on a passenger aircraft. For overpacks, shippers must ensure they are marked with the word overpack. The proper shipping name, identification number, labels, and other markings must be clearly visible on the inside packages or reproduced on the outside of the overpack. For transportation of hazardous materials by aircraft, air carriers have the following responsibilities. Carriers must ensure that the hazardous material, as described by the shipping papers, is authorized for transportation by air and is within the quantity limitations specified by the Hazardous Materials Regulations. The content and accuracy of shipping papers must be verified by the carrier. Carriers must determine whether packages are correctly marked, labeled, and placarded, corresponding to the material's proper shipping name and identification number. In order to ensure the packages are in good condition for transportation by aircraft, the carrier must thoroughly inspect all hazardous material packages to ensure there are no leaks or are not otherwise damaged. For radioactive material packages, the carrier must ensure the seal is not broken. In case of an improperly prepared package that does not meet the requirements of the Hazardous Materials Regulations, carriers have the authority to refuse the package for shipment. Once accepted for transportation, carriers must comply with all applicable regulations for loading, unloading, segregating, and securing packages for transportation.